Your brokenness needs to be addressed now because that lies your superpower. But many people don't know it. I grew up feeling so insecure and insensitive because of my childhood fear and experiences. I knew that there were a lot of cracks inside, but the courage to face them was not there until the day I asked myself these two questions. I remember that day I was lying down, like just I was reflecting. I asked myself, what will happen? What will happen if I decide to face my fear? And also, what if my brokenness is not my weakness? What if it is a source of my power and strength? From that day, everything changed and my life turned to a new direction. That is what brokenness looks like. Many people tend to hide it, others feel ashamed of it. Why? Because we are living in a world where everybody claims to be complete. But deep down, there are lots of cracks. I want you to understand that your pain and struggles is not your weakness. In fact, your pain and struggles make you wise, strong, and uniquely capable. There is great power in that disappointment, in that heartbreak, in that trauma, in that abuse. There is great power there to be harnessed. Power that will be able to transform you. Yes. Now, how do I harness the power? First thing to do is to name it. What you don't agree it exists as a problem, you can't solve it. During my own time, it was the hardest thing to do. But I decided to name it. I decided to highlight the problem. What is that trauma? What is that pain? What is that struggle? Who and what traumatized you? Why do you feel like you're not enough? You have to name it. When and how did it happen to you? I have not been to Japan for disclaimers, but I want to tell you one fact about them. With pottery braids, they try to fix it. You know, those cracks, they don't hide them. They actually highlight them with some kind of colorful and very attractive paints and color like that, making it to look so magnificent and attractive. What if we treated ourselves that way? Those cracks inside, what if we highlight them? What if you say, yes, and this is inside, something is wrong? Because most people know how deep, but they don't know. This is the beginning of healing. The second thing to do that changes everything is embrace them. Embrace your pain and struggles. Embrace your brokenness. Embrace the cracks. Embrace the emotional breakdown. Embrace them. In fact, it is part of you. It is part of what makes your journey here interesting. You know, there's this popular general belief that, many people believe that you are here to experience the good things only, but that's not true. We are here to experience the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of them are part of what makes us complete. In fact, even God sometimes allows us to test it, to feel it, to have experience of both those things. That's the way we grow. That's the way we learn. You only learn by mistake. It's either your own mistake or someone else's mistake. Don't shy away from your pain. Own your story. Tell your story. Use your word to heal. In fact, remove that negative energy. By using your word to heal, people are passing through the same experience I've passed through. Some people don't want to be vulnerable because they might think that being vulnerable is putting themselves out there for people to judge them. I know and understand, but that is, if you want to heal, you must embrace your pain. You must embrace the brokenness. You have highlighted it, you must embrace it. That's the truth. I choose to own my story. I choose to change the wrong mindset. Yeah. You think it's by being hard to yourself. You think it's by hating yourself or limiting yourself from some kind of expressing your strength makes you to be safe or protect yourself from toxic energy or toxic people. It's not true. Once you become so hard to yourself, once you limit yourself, you limit your strength, you attract toxic people and toxic energy. In life, what you give is what you take. So you have decided not to love, not to give your heart because you don't want to be betrayed. Then be ready not to receive love. That is true. So whatever the mindset is, you have to remove it. That mindset is wrong. It's coming from a place of weakness. It's limiting you. And that is why you see yourself in repeated cycle of toxic things happening. You attract toxic people, and sometimes be like, why am I attracting toxic people? Why am I attracting everything I do? I attract toxic people because there's something you carry. You don't know. And you don't even know. You have to remove it today. There's great power in that pain, in that struggle. Finally, I want you to understand that your brokenness is not beyond repair. If all of us are perfect, we don't grow and we don't learn. The world needs people who will say, watch me, I shall build my life from these pieces. Sometimes you destroy in order to remember you are a force waiting to be unleashed. There's great power in you that you don't know. Even sense have it that people who survive some kind of pain or trauma often develop what is called post-traumatic personality. You see these people become more creative, more powerful, like a reformative force, like become elevated, awakened people that you might know that who shifted the world, who shifted negative things in society, they pass through the same cycle. But remember, they harness their power very well. Your pain and your struggle makes you wise, strong, and uniquely capable. Thank you for watching this video. I love you. God bless you. You can be part of this community only by subscribing to this channel.